Welcome to your English class. Now we are going to begin with a new lesson which is about Malala Yousafzai, who is one of the most influential personality in the field of education. This lesson is an extract from her autobiography. So let's start it. This lesson, One Child, One Teacher, One Book, One Pen, is an extract from Malala's autobiography, I Am Malala, which is co-written with Christina Lamb, who is an award-winning British author. Let's read about the author. Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani activist who works for the right to education, and she is the youngest winner of the Nobel Prize. In October 2012, when she was around 15 years old, she was shot by the Taliban for her activism. She was taken to the UK in critical condition and received international support for her bravery. Following her recovery, Yousafzai founded the Malala Fund that invests in education programs for girls. She has won several awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. In 2013, she co-authored I Am Malala, an international bestseller, with Christina Lamb. Christina Lamb is one of Britain's leading foreign correspondents and a best-selling author. Fortunately, we belong to that part of the world population which enjoys right to education, whereas there are places which are not even allowed to dream about it. Let's take a look at stories of children and girls from distant places in Pakistan who are suffering and fighting for their right to education.
हमारे स्कूल को बम से उड़ा दिया गया था। हम स्कूल नहीं जा सकती थी क्योंकि और जो बच्चे स्कूल जाते थे उसे भी मार दिया जाता था और स्कूल बमों से उड़ा दिया जाती थी। बस हम फिर स्कूल नहीं गई उसके बाद।
प्यारी मलाला, आपने हमें ये पैगाम दिया था कि हर लड़की को तालीम हासिल करनी चाहिए।
तुमने अपने आप को खतरे में डाला ताकि हम स्कूल जा सके।
मलाला, हम सब मिलकर पाकिस्तान को तब्दील करेंगे।
मलाला, आप अकेली नहीं हो।
This is the second life, this is the new life. And I want to serve the people.
Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
Miraculously, Malala survived the brutal attack and has continued to advocate for education with an even stronger conviction ever since. She was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 2014.
I'm proud, well, in fact, I'm very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award.
One child, one teacher, one book, one pen. Our house feels big and empty. It sometimes seems as if we are in what we in Pakistan call a sub-jail, a kind of luxury house arrest. If I look out, I see my mother wandering around the garden, her head covered by a shawl, feeding the birds. There are tears in her eyes. My mother is sad about the waste of food. I know she is remembering all the children we fed in our house and wondering how they are faring now. When I came home from school in Mingora, I never found my house without people in it. Here the only sound is of the birds and Kushal's Xbox. I sit alone in my room doing a jigsaw puzzle and long for guests. We didn't have much money and my parents knew what it was like to be hungry. My mother never turned anyone away. I know my mother is lonely. Now she is always on the phone to everyone back home. Our house has all these facilities, but when she arrived, they were all mysteries to her and someone had to show us how to use the oven, washing machine, and the TV. My mother misses going shopping in China Bazaar. She is happier since my cousin, Shah, came to stay. He has a car and takes her shopping. But it's not the same as she can't talk to her friends and neighbors about what she bought. A door bangs in the house and my mother jumps. She often cries, then hugs me. I know my father cries too. He knows people say it's his fault that I was shot, that he pushed me to speak up. All he worked for over almost 20 years, has been left behind. His dream in life was to have a very big school in Swat, providing quality education, to live peacefully and to have democracy in our country. In Swat, he had achieved respect and status in society. He never imagined living abroad, and he gets upset when people suggest we wanted to come to the UK. Often over meals we talk about home and try to remember things. Already some of the things from Swat seem like stories from a distant place. My father spends much of his time going to conferences on education. I know it's odd for him that now people want to hear him because of me. When he went to France to collect an award for me, he told the audience,
"In my part of the world, most people are known by their sons. I am one of the few lucky fathers known by his daughter."
I don't want to be thought of as the girl who was shot by the Taliban, but the girl who fought for education. This is the cause to which I want to devote my life. On my 16th birthday, I was in New York to speak at the United Nations. I did not write my speech with the UN delegates in mind. I wrote it for every person around the world who could make a difference. Deep in my heart, I hoped to reach every child who could take courage from my words and stand up for his or her rights.
Let us pick up our books and our pens,
I said.
They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
I didn't know how my speech was received until the audience gave me a standing ovation.
Malala, who was airlifted from Pakistan to Birmingham, UK for the treatment after being shot by Taliban for raising her voice to support girl education, now resides in UK and continue her fight for the girls' right and child education at a global level. Malala, with her family, which includes her father, mother, and 2 brothers, lives in a luxuriously big house of UK. But she still misses her house, her town, her country, that is Pakistan. She feels derooted and recalls the times spent back home. She just can't imagine a house without a rooftop to play on, children fighting for kites, and family-like neighbors exchanging foodstuff where sharing is a part of life and way of living. But here in UK, she feels all alone and far away from the life which she has enjoyed all her childhood. Malala's mother, Tur Yousafzai, was also denied the right to education and was not given a chance to improve. Malala felt the educational plight of women, having seen her mother's inability to read and write. Malala witnessed firsthand that knowledge is power and also gained strength to create an educational revolution for all women around the world. Malala's mother, who now lives in UK, still holds the values which she has learned and gained from her parents. She continues to follow them and never forgets to feed the birds, the needies, singing tappa, kind of local language song, and the importance of food. She always tries to relive the memory and wants the same to be installed in her children. Malala, who has always seen her house full of people and their busy conversations, is now feels the emptiness. All she hears is the sound of Xbox of her brother Kushal, who seems to be enjoying the British culture, and of birds around her house. Malala's mother, who feels lonely, can be seen talking on phone all the time. She was a very social person who loves to be surrounded by people and helping those who are in need. She keeps struggling and adjusting herself in her new house. She misses everything about her house in Pakistan. The shopping and sharing of things are not the same. They are even unsure of traveling alone. Malala credits the opportunity to speak up for girls to her father Ziauddin. He ran a school for female students in Pakistan. He has seen how he was valued more and was given more attention and education than his sisters. As a result, he decided to give all the rights and equal opportunities to his daughter. He always believed that a student can fight the enemy with a pen and not with a sword. Malala's father has dedicated himself towards the society by creating a 3-building school with 1100 pupils and 70 teachers. He has created all this up from nothing. He did everything to bring change in this world. Malala's father owns a dream to have a very big school with quality education in Swat, which is one of the most conservative regions in Pakistan. He has gained respect and status in society through his tireless work towards education. He too misses his home and town dearly. He feels grateful to be among the few lucky fathers who are known by his daughter. Now he spends most of his time in going to conferences and giving speeches on education. Malala started her journey to fight for girls' education in her teens, due to which she faced a near-to-death incident which changed her life forever. She faced multiple surgeries to regain her health and face. She was under observation for about 9 months in UK. All the while, a world sympathetic with her ordeal has transformed her into a global symbol for the fight to allow girls across the world to access education. Malala, on her 16th birthday, that is 12th July 2013, was invited to address UN as part of her campaign for free and compulsory education for children. She felt overwhelmed seeing people across the world wishing for her recovery. Her speech showed huge concern for women and children, as she believes they are the ones who are suffering the most. Standing among hundreds of people and imagining millions outside, Malala delivered a very simple yet one of the most impactful speech, which has made everyone believe that one child, one teacher, one book and one pen can change the world. She insisted that education is the only superpower. She wants everyone should be awarded education right from birth, rather people fighting for it. She believes that our books and our pens are the most powerful weapons to overcome all the challenges of life and can make this world even more beautiful.